Hello, my family members. Good morning. Today, we are going to be sharing on an exciting topic. Uh, there are certain things that I see most often on social media when it has to do with relationships. Remember, my page is all about mental and emotional health, emotional stability, life lessons, and all of those, okay? So if you're coming through this page for the first time, please share, comment, like, and follow me. Subscribe on my YouTube page. Follow. Please. Today we are going to be sharing on compensation in relationships. Okay. What do we mean by compensation in relationships? I hear that often coming from ladies, coming from girls, where they will tell you, maybe they have been in a relationship with somebody for a few years, maybe 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, even 10 years. And then it happens that the relationship goes sour. And then in most cases, these relationships go sour because of the terrible attitudes of the girls. Ingratitude, arrogance, rudeness, infidelity, lack of loyalty, lack of commitment. There are many reasons that make their relationships go sour. And then most often, you will hear them coming back to say, you have to compensate me. You have to pay me back for my time wasted. And when I hear such comments, I ask myself, was it an investment? Was it business you people were doing? What did you invest that you are expecting compensation that the other party did not invest? You have to pay me for wasting my time. Haven't you seen as a lady that you equally wasted the man's time? My dear, if you're going into any relationship, go with an open mind. Have something of your own that you do. Be an industrious woman. Be a woman that can stand on her feet. When you start asking for compensation, when you start asking the man to pay you back, it means in that relationship you were only a liability. It means that you don't have a job of your own. It means that the man was like an ATM machine to you. That you think that once the relationship stops, your life has obviously come to a halt. Relationship is a two-way thing. It's relationship. It's reciprocal. If you stayed for those number of years that you stayed, it's because the man was giving and you were giving. It was a give and take. And now when it comes to a point where maybe one of the parties say they don't want, can you have some respect for yourself as a woman and walk out with pride, with some dignity, if at all you have any? What do you mean by a man wasting your time? Especially in a case where you were never proposed to. They never paid your dowry. They did not marry you. Not all relationships must end in marriage. It's not force. It's not by force. You cannot force a man to marry you if the man does not love you or is not ready to marry you. Why do you expect that when you stay in a relationship for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, the man must marry you? Why? It's because you're lazy. Get busy. Get something doing. A man coming into your life should only be a plus. The man is not an asset to you. You should be an asset to yourself and your family first. So that whatever thing the man is doing is just a plus. It's not like the man is obliged to do anything for you. No. We get so much disappointed because we get into many relationships with too high of an expectation. We get into relationship with the sense of entitlement. You don't own anybody. You don't own any human being. The man does not own you. The woman nor does the woman own the man. It was a two-way agreement. You decided as two adults to come together. And you were, doing whatever thing you were doing, mutually beneficial to the both parties. And if it gets to the point where someone says, I don't want it anymore, can you live with your pride and your dignity? Can you go in peace? The man does not owe you anything. Neither does the woman owe the man anything if it were never a marriage. And even in a marriage, it is supposed to be mutual. Even if it's a marriage and it comes to a level where the man says, I no longer want, or the woman says, I no longer want, let the person go. Don't have this sense of entitlement as if you own people, as if people owe you something. No one owes you anything. My dear, I'm speaking to my fellow women today. If for now you are in any relationship that you don't have anything you're doing, know that you are a liability. And you will be one of such ladies that tomorrow, if you're dumped, you will start saying that they should compensate you. Don't get into any relationship with any sense of entitlement. No one owes you anything. Normally in a relationship, yes, we have to be committed, we have to be loyal. But loyalty has an end, just like commitment has an end. Anything in this life is susceptible to change. Change is the only constant. And so if they were expected, maybe loyalty or commitment from one party or the both parties, and it comes to a point where one of the parties, because it's a two-way thing, it takes two to tango. And so once one of the parties says, I am no longer interested, my dear, have some pride, have some dignity. Carry yourself with dignity. Know your worth, know your value. Never you let somebody bring you down to that extent where you become a begging. You start begging and you start feeling desperate and you start having sense of entitlement. Have some pride. I hope I made some sense. Good morning.